All right, big breaking news coming in. US President Joe Biden has withdrawn from the US presidential race. Turning point in the US 2024 elections. Of course, there were lots of calls from Democrats for Joe Biden to withdraw, but he remained obstinate, though he had said, or he had hinted perhaps, that if his health condition worsens, then he may withdraw from the race. But extremely significant there that now we can confirm that Joe Biden has withdrawn from the US presidential race. He was also tested positive for COVID just a couple of days back, and there were constant medical updates on his health. Also, his doctor had in fact said that his health condition is improving, but extremely significant there. A turning point, as I said, in the US presidential race, with Joe Biden withdrawing from the race. And of course, there was a lot of buzz around it going to be a direct fight yet again between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Donald Trump, of course, was officially announced as the Republican candidate, but Joe Biden has withdrawn from the presidential race. This amid mounting pressure from within the Democrats. In fact, top Democrats had called for Joe Biden's withdrawal. In fact, former US President Barack Obama had also joined the chorus in calling for US President Joe Biden to withdraw from the presidential race. And he says this is in the best interest of the Democrats and the best interest of the party that I've decided to stand down. In fact, as I said, he had earlier as well hinted or implied that he may withdraw or stand down if his health condition worsens. But extremely significant there, in just a matter of 1 week, there have been two unprecedented developments in the race for the White House, with the assassination attempt at Donald Trump and now Joe Biden withdrawing from the US presidential race. My colleague Vishal Vivek now joins us live on the phone line. Vishal, this is a big breaking story there, with Joe Biden finally withdrawing from the race. There were all these calls from Democrats for him to withdraw, but what are going to be the implications of this?
So we had been reporting this for a while, that Kamala Harris could be the next one in the in the run up to the elections. She could be the next big name, which could be considered. She was high on the polls because the next biggest candidate, as I mentioned, is her. But we have to know the fact that even she's not that popular. Biden was himself not very popular, and Kamala Harris also is not very popular. So what is the next plan of the Democratic Party? That will be the biggest thing, because other than Kamala Harris, there's not really a big name on the world stage that the people recognize. Other than that, there is California Governor Gavin Newsom, who is young and quite popular, but he doesn't really have that pull. And on the other hand, Kamala Harris is not very popular. So this had been in the making for a while. More than 24 top Democrats had asked Biden directly or indirectly to step down, and this has culminated, and this has resulted in the eventual withdrawal of Joe Biden. He's 81 years old. He was the oldest contestant to be in the running. He had some health issues, experts were saying, but he himself had said that few days ago, as you mentioned earlier, that if the doctor mentioned something, then he could withdraw. He had hinted that, and there were reports also hinting that it could happen this weekend itself, and it has happened. So now it's the big question is who will be up against Donald Trump. Donald Trump is racing ahead in this the big elections. He in the wake of the assassination bid, he has been gaining ground. The Republican National Convention, he gave a huge 90-minute speech that could also take him further in the race. Now there is nobody in front of him. Now that Biden has pulled out, who will be the next one to stand against Trump? That is the biggest question in the world right now, I think.
That's right, Vishal. So this will have wide-ranging implications, but what could be the possible reasons for him to stand down? Of course, the obvious one being, as you rightly pointed out, top Democrats have called for this, and also his worsening health. He says it's in the best interest of the party that he has decided to stand down. But this certainly is in a sense a big development in the race for the White House, given the fact that there was a lot of buzz around another direct contest between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And the reason is very simple. The top Democrats, including, Obama and Nancy Pelosi, they had all met Joe Biden and, some way or the other expressed to him that now it's the time to step aside. Some of them were not very direct with him in saying that, but there were indications from all the top echelons of the party that Joe Biden should step aside and give someone else, someone probably younger than him, to move ahead in the race. So that is exactly what has happened. Even before all this happened, this whole saga had started when the disastrous debate between Trump and Joe Biden happened. It was disastrous, particularly for Biden, because he fumbled through the speech and he was caught mumbling. He was, off the track so many times. So it had escalated to the next level after that debate. Even before that debate, there were calls for him to step aside.
Yes.
Those calls were not very, very loud, but even
All right.
soon after the debate, it, went to the next level.